Hello, I am Izzy Noodles. Welcome back to Redemption. We left off having open access to a new area, so let's head on in. So as we approach this gate, it will open, so don't worry about that. And once we're inside, we can see we have some buttons and some statues, so we have another statue puzzle, but we cannot yet do anything here because the buttons are guarded by flames. The first thing we want to do is to extinguish the flames. So I'm just gonna grab some ammo from this chest. And there is also a health chest if you need it. I won't bother with it. And as I come over here, because you see the levitation sphere, you'll want to approach that to take a look. But also we can see there is a crossbow. So this is our ultimate goal. We need to grab the crossbow. So just try and hop this gap. And we can actually grab a secret. So you can hang just here and then let go and grab and pull up into the gap. And getting out can kind of leave you in a bit of a loop, so as you're hanging, just make sure you hold the jump button and then the up button, because I know a lot of people might end up keep pulling back up into the space and getting themselves stuck. So once you're out of there, you can jump towards the levitation sphere and it will thrust you way up to this high platform. So up here we can use this this valve wheel. Okay, awesome stuff. We have turned off the flames, but we have quite a trek to be able to get back down there. So what you'll want to do is grab this ledge. This is another ledge where Lara often struggles to grab this. There we go. And then pull up. You'll probably want a lighter flare. You won't have it for long. But yeah, this section is pretty dark and you can't really tell there's a corner. So come on through, and as you're sliding, I'm going to choose to throw the flare. Just for, just to be on the safe side when we have to grab this ledge. So as you can see, the floor is lava. You do not want to fall down there. So from here, it's a bit of a blind jump hopping back. So leap of faith moment into the gap, so make sure you grab in the air. And we have a flare here as well, Soul of Visibility. So some spikes as well, and over on the far wall we can see a strange item sitting there. That's actually the Lasersight. So we are going to have to hop over there. This sloped tile you can see, it's actually got two slopes on it, so it's at a funny angle where it's sloped in two places. So from here we can see it slopes towards an opening in the wall. And there's actually a slope on the far side which we can't see, which leads down towards the further wall. So it's optional how you want to get to the laser side. You can hop to the further slope and then try and veer over to the right to land on that safe ledge with the laser sight. Or jump to the closer slope and into the left wall, and then try to jump to the other slope again towards the laser sight. Up to you how you want to do that. I'm going to choose to jump to the further slope, having a save of course. Okay, time your jump. And don't be too close to the right hand side because you'll just miss the further slope. You'll hit the top and hit that closer slope and slide into the opening, which is not a bad thing, but if you're not really angled the right way and you slide backwards, you'll not be able to slide into the gap. So now we are going into the gap, so as I've just said, make sure you're aiming forward so that you can grab in the air. So light a flare again, and as we come up this slope, do be careful at the top because there is a bit of a sheer drop straight down into lava. So of course we have just been here. This was the room where we began, and if you just press the roll button, that minimizes any damage you might take, but of course as you can see you still will take some damage. But now we can get on with this puzzle. So with the buttons, they turn the statues. The idea is we want both the statues facing inward. The closest button, or the closest statue to the button you are pressing, turns the statue 90 degrees. The further statue will turn 180 degrees. This theory is applied to both buttons. So this button, if I push this, the statue closest to me will move 90 degrees, and the further one will move 180. If I push the button further away, that statue over there will turn 90 degrees, and this one here will turn 180 degrees. I hope that makes sense. I do believe there's multiple ways to solve this puzzle, so I will just show you one example of how to solve the puzzle. So not too tricky really, but yeah, if you don't know, I can see why you might end up on here for quite some time. So first I'm going to press this left hand button. And there we go. You can see the this statue here kind of lit up for a moment. So that's the hint of where you want the statues facing. So this left one needs pressing twice right now. Then hop over to the right hand button. Just press this once. Back to the left, press this once. Back to the right, press this twice. So that is left, left, right, left, right, right. Awesome stuff, and we have an entry in the diary. The crossbow. This weapon should help me move forward in the fortress. Shooting enemies with the crossbow is useless, as demons are too powerful and the weapon is too weak to even hurt them. So basically this is not really used as a weapon, it is for puzzles only. Once I pick up the crossbow, I'm just gonna make sure my pistols are equipped. We will have a couple of Razels. And because they're on fire, if they touch you, that's gonna hurt. Oh, I meant to roll, not jump. So they can be annoying if they're both all the way over there. Or even both all the way in this room with you, this side of the columns. It's nice when they're not near each other, basically. Okay, now they're down, I'm actually going to change to my shotgun. We'll have a new enemy join the fight. You can shoot it, I just didn't do a very good job. I wasted a shot. Shot a bit too soon and shot at the doorway. And I will just save a few shotgun shells just for good measure. You don't really have to. Be careful with your jumps because there are some slopes in here. Yeah, some slopes on the very edges of the room that lead down to the lava. But as we can see, once the enemies are all defeated, we have this this blue crystal here now and a new diary entry. So let's take a look at the diary entry. Glass sword. This object, often hidden behind a shield, can be considered as a switch. It'll give me access to new areas. The glass sword is very weak and should be easily destroyed from afar. Crossbow bolts seem to be very useful for this. No subject such as guardrail should be between me and the sword, or else no crossbow bolt will reach it. So I will do an example on collision a little bit later. We'll have an opportunity for that, but you do get a lot of collision, like invisible stuff in the way, which is unfortunate really. So I recommend you stand on this higher step as well to avoid collision. So you'll just need to combine the laser sight with the crossbow and then shoot this crystal. You see what? I should have saved my game. I don't know why I can't shoot this. Let's save it now. We have 2 shots left. I'm going to save my game. But yeah, this is the perfect example of collision. There we go. So that opened up two doors, so the way I entered and this new way. So from here you have the option to backtrack a little bit. You can collect some stuff that you couldn't collect before. One item of which is important. So it is optional which way around you do this. I am going to backtrack and go back and collect some stuff. So back into the dead tree courtyard, we need to look for the block that we moved in the last video. So straight on up to here, and I did point out this door and I said that we couldn't come through here until we had the crossbow. And 10 crossbow bolts added. So it seems like when there is, because this is a new spot for me to have that up on the screen, because I clearly wasted quite a few shots. It doesn't usually come up at that spot. But just to explain the guardrails, if I'm stood here and trying to shoot these crystals, or this one specifically, I can't do that because the guardrail is in the way. So you really need to make sure you're not near too much stuff. And we are above the cathedral section again, by the way. So shooting that closes the bridge here, so we have access to the other side now. And if you'd come from the other direction, you could easily shoot the sword that it was given to you on this side, the glass sword. So that's very convenient, and with the bridge down, we have easy access to a secret just over here on this window ledge. Okay, and then just hop back again. Not too tricky, but you know, I'm clumsy. And then proceed along this direction. So as I go through this doorway is usually when I get 10 crossbow bolts added. It's kind of like if you have so many in the inventory, then like if you don't have very many, you get more given if the game knows you've got another sword coming up. So I did point out this door last time, or you know, previously when I had the opportunity to show you the door, but actually you didn't see the crystal, the sword crystal, because that was covered by the shield. But now we can shoot this. Okay, and we're just going to drop down into this pit so that we can grab a health shard. And I forgot to mention, so once you battled the Azazels and the Namtars, so here's the crystal, easy jump. If your health wasn't so good, I recommend leaving that health chest alone. Just let your health be flashing. The only obstacles between here and the next health chest is a Lilith, which is essentially a bat. So if you can hang on, I recommend you save yourself for a particular health chest that's coming up. So here we go. Just jump to this column, and then we're going to do an easy jump over to the next column. And then we actually can't jump to the far side, which is where you think we're going to jump to. Instead, we have to do a bit of a leap of faith over to this wall. We can't actually shimmy around the column anymore. And careful hopping out just through here, so we do have kind of a bit of a drop. Yep, every time I have a bit of a heart attack because I think I'm going to fall down. So again, guess where we are? Yes, that is correct. We're above the cathedral. Okay, equip my pistols. And right in here is where we're going to encounter the Lilith. So just hop over to this far side of the room because it doesn't tend to come close to you, although it kind of did on this occasion. So sometimes it lingers over in the doorway, but I don't really know the animation style, because when I noticed it was lingering here, I kept coming over to here away, and then it kept coming over to here. So this is a funny old Lilith in this room. But this is the health chest that I recommend you try and wait for, just because it's out of the way. I feel like I don't need health, but I'm gonna go with it. And then just proceed down here. And here we go. Here we have an important item. This is one of 2 Astaroth effigies. And this is going to be placed in the main boss gate door, whatever I decided to name that. So to get down to the ground floor, you can just drop down. You will take a chunk of damage though. So I recommend trying to hop into the gap just there. Awesome stuff, and that's all the items that I wanted to go back and grab, so let's continue back down into here where we started. And then we can enter the new area. Okay, so level transition, we are back beneath the fortress. You can't really see anything as we begin, but that's fine, because just around the corner we can clearly see and just slide on down. So what we need to do here right now is produce a rope or slash chain to get across to the other side. So we're going to be using a chain, but you know, theoretically it's a rope. You know what I'm talking about. And just grabbing some ammo, I believe this is arrows. And next we can come over to the opposite side. And we can see this lever right here. So I'm also going to point out we're going to be needing to find a watch's key to use on this door. Okay, so there's our chain. So easy jump, so make sure you have plenty of momentum. And we have some monkey bars, and at the end we can see a button, so just head on over. Try and make sure you're heading like straight, because we will get this, you can see now this is the camera angle. Easy to veer off to one side when you've not got the camera straight behind you. There we go, we've opened access to some more crystal swords. So if you light a flare, you can kind of barely not really tell that there's a crawl space right here. And inside is a secret. So hop on down, pick this up.
Oh.
So I'm throwing my flare because to get back into the top, we need to let go and grab so Lara doesn't have a footing so we can climb on into here. And you did notice as well that we grabbed some Uzis. They came up on the screen. So that's because this is secret number 10. So if you did not backtrack as I did, you won't have those items just yet. That's probably going to be your secret 9. So once you pick up your next secret, you will have the Uzis. And just in the background, I've just passed it, but there was the red crystal sword that we unveiled. And that looks like you're not going to make the jump. Like every time I just think it's too far. But I make it. It's fine. And then an easy swing straight back. So right here is where we can shoot the sword. Don't be too close to the right hand wall because of random collision. This hanging wall section doesn't seem to be a bother. So that's raised up this column out of the water, so just slide down. I said water, it's a bit too hot to be water, it's lava. Okay, and we have another crystal sword. So while I'm stood here, let me just show you this cheeky secret just there. So we can't get that until quite a bit later, unfortunately. And careful with this next jump, don't be cocky because I've done that before. So jump to the flat part and then up to here. And then we can head through this doorway. So there's quite a bit to do in this new room. So there is a door to the left and to the right. We need to do 2 different challenge rooms first in order to open these doors up. And then we need to do the challenges in these 2 side rooms to get a sword from each room. Once we have those, the doors straight ahead of me up on the higher level will open up. So I won't be doing all of that in this video, but I'll certainly be trying to open up the 2 side doors. I say trying, I don't know why I worded it like that, as though we might not succeed. We will, gosh darn it. So to find the first rooms to open up the doors, very sneaky, we got a ladder right at the back of the room down here. So make your way down, you'll eventually get a changed camera angle. There we go, showing us this gap in the wall. So it is better to grab, you can land straight into the gap, but better safe than sorry, just grab the edge. And once we're inside, we cannot leave until both rooms are complete. So we have a health chest if you need it, and doesn't matter which room you do first, I'm going to do this one to get it out of the way because, oh boy, do I hate this room, or at least I hate trying to get past these flames. So straight down onto this ledge, do not be too close to any edge because the flames can set you on fire even though you are stood right here on the ledge. So then an easy jump over to the ledge ahead. And then just roll out of the way just in case you might be in the path of anything. And then this next jump is the worst. Kind of just, I want to wait for everything to pass so I can line up properly. I can't do it while I feel like everything's gonna set me on fire. Okay, so basically you need to look out for the top flame and the middle flame to get over here. So as the middle flame's coming towards you, you want to jump over that. But of course the top flame needs to be in the correct position for you to do that, and I was not fast enough. So also as you do this jump, you want to aim quite far over to the right just to save shimmying, and sometimes when you do hit the slope, because you will hit the slope, you'll need to shimmy along to the flat space. She often doesn't grab in the proper place, so then you can't move. So that's very frustrating as well, because you don't have time to let go and slide a bit. You know, let go and grab real quick. You see that top flame? That was an incredibly wide jump. I didn't mean to do that. But there we go. And if you're going to be an absolute mad lad, there's also a page of the Codex Demonicus as well. Let me just line up without setting myself on fire. So hop back and then just take a step back as well. Because you need to sort of curve over into the corner. And you absolutely can get set on fire. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. Okay, just like that, and then we do need to get back again. So again, you'll need to curve, so just don't be all the way up to the wall here. So you see I've got a gap between me and this side wall, but aim for the corner, jump out, and then curve around so you don't hit the slope. Whoa, not quite like that, but it still worked out. Oh yeah, and we do want to see the page. Where's me book?
No.
Yes. Okie dokie, so the situation is we have this mechanism, and using the mechanism we'll open one of the side doors up the top. But the catch is, the puzzle for the room is we need to raise the mechanism up to the top. So I just happen to be below one of the side doors right now. So we need to raise the mechanism, and that's the puzzle. So over in the distance we can see a key, so that's called a dark key, and that's going to be used right here. And the trigger to actually be able to get across there is simply grab some ammo from this chest. And also I'm just making sure I've got my pistols equipped, because this also spawns an enemy. One of the mean enemies that we don't like, because it's a bully and pushes us into corners. So instead of jumping around in a square, I recommend you just jump back and forth, because this is a spot where this really does shove you in a corner. And I'm not kidding, you can't get out. It will just destroy you. Okay, so that's given us the stepping stone, so just hop across and pick up the dark key. And then hop back again. That's it, this room is complete, and we can see one of the fences there has gone down, and we're all done here. So just return back. And a much easier jump getting back out of here, so again, don't be too close to the edge, just in case. Don't want to get set on fire. And time the flames, so wait for a safe gap. Might take a moment. Oh, that was a close jump. Okay, and then into this room. So we need to grab the monkey bars, but as you can see, there is a flame jet coming out from the central column that's spinning, so be careful, of course. Let's save it. Once it passes, hop over to the monkey bars And we will just need to hop into this gap over here, this safe spot away from the flame. Also, don't be too close to the edge of the tile space because the flame does come kind of close. Okay, continue on. We're going to hop into a second safe gap right here. So that has passed, so I'm going to continue along into this passage. And it is dark. You don't need a flare because right around the corner we can see. So of course being very careful not to run straight into the lava as well. So it's just showing us that we do have some shielded crystals. We actually have 3. One of them is just over, you see the opening there, just over the wall over there. So firstly hopping over to this ammo chest. There is also a health chest if you need it, just over there. Running jump back over to the stepping stone. And then we can actually see there is an hourglass on the wall, so that implies this is timed. The timer, just in my opinion, is a bit bizarre because it kind of only really times the furthest crystal. So the shields are timed, basically, is what I'm saying. You have only a short amount of time to shoot them. And yeah, it is the furthest one that is clocked by the timer on the screen. So you still gotta go fast for the rest. Not too tricky though. So making sure my crossbow is equipped and having a save, because it's very easy to take a tumble when you're trying to rush. Oops, well that's fine. Easy peasy. First shot. Standing jump back to this stepping stone. We can shoot the second one just here. That covers at the 20-second marker. And then we have so much time to get over and shoot the final crystal. Aim to the right hand side of it, not the left, because of wall collision. And this is where I'm going to actually use my Uzis a little bit as well, so you may not have them if you didn't pick up 10 secrets yet. So once I hop to the next stepping stone, we will have a couple of Liliths, and they're very frustrating when you've not got room to jump around. So just getting rid of one of them and then swapping to my pistols to save on ammo. Okay. And then we can follow the stepping stones that we have triggered, and we can now see that there's a ladder that we're aiming for. So straight to the ladder, and this ladder's a bit strange, so like any other ladder you can just step over to one side of it and then drop and come away from the ladder. Drop off the ladder, but she doesn't do that for this specific ladder. Don't know why. So you're forced to climb around to the left and then climb up. Keyhole just there. And we just need to find the key. So of course into this opening that we can see, and then the key is straight across opposite. So just grab this chain, easy jump. Awesome stuff. So the jump back is not so easy. So jump to the chain. So that's easy enough. It's jumping back that's kind of tricky because Lara can absolutely overshoot that gap. So once you slide to the bottom, just climb up one space and then swing. So she doesn't get nearly as much momentum, which is a good thing. And there we go. So use the key and the mechanism will raise. Nice. So now we can use both of those mechanisms once we exit out. So to get back out, we can do just a standing jump. Be sure to grab into the gap. And then another standing jump back to this stepping stone. And then another standing jump with a grab into this opening. And be careful as you run around the corner because, yeah, you might just fall down. You might just well do that. Not saying I have, but you might. I've absolutely done that before. Anyway, because of the way the flame rotates, we can just come straight to this furthest safe spot over here. Okay, wait for the flame to pass. Okay, and just a last chance reminder, there is a health chest if you need it. Okay, so that is it for today. So next time we will explore the 2 new rooms and, well, do even more than just that as well. So thank you everyone for watching and I will see you next time. Take it easy.